What's going on, guys? Gonna be playing some Pokemon TCG Live today with my Hydreigon EX deck. We got a new Hydreigon in the black and white dual set from the white flare pack, and it's a pretty powerful, crazy card. If you haven't seen it yet, it's got the ability Greedy Eater. If your opponent's basic Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack used by this Pokemon, take one more prize card. So it's basically Iron Hands' Amp Very Much attack and an ability, which is pretty cool, but it is nerfed because it's only when you knock out basic Pokemon. So unfortunately, when you knock out evolutions, you're only taking the one prize card still. But for knocking out basics, it's pretty cool. Its attack is a little expensive and we're probably never going to use it, but we'll look at it. It's called Dark Bite, sounds cool. Does 200 damage, kind of like the Tera Hydreigon EX's first attack for a dark and a colorless, except the cost for this attack is 3 darks and 2 colorless, which means we don't really get to benefit. If we were to put an ignition energy on this, which is the new special energy card that provides 3 colorless energies to evolutions, and then it gets discarded at the end of your turn. Even if we put ignition energy on this, we still need 3 darks. Even if you put Neo Upper energy on this and ignition energy, we still need another dark. Even if you put counter regain on it, still need another dark. We have no easy way to power this thing up, unfortunately. And then it's got the secondary effect during your opponent's next turn that defending Pokemon can't retreat. But we're never going to use it, so it is what it is. We're weak to grass, which isn't great, and then we have a 3 retreat cost, which is pretty huge. We have 330 HP, which is pretty huge as well, not too bad. But the way we're going to be attacking with this, if we're not going to be using Dark Bite, like I said, is of course with the ignition energy. We do have this. This card is very nice and very good for the evolutions, and very perfect with the technician or technical machine attacking cards. Everybody's probably seen the technical machine evolution one. This is technically an attack, and you use it and then you evolve your Pokemon, and then the tool gets discarded at the end of your turn. There's also Crisis Punch and Blindside. Blindside's the main one we're going to be using. It does 100 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon that has any damage counters on it, and then Crisis Punch does 280 damage, but you can only use this when your opponent has exactly 1 prize card remaining. The plan is we have a couple ways to get damage counters on our opponent's Pokemon, because that's a requirement for Blindside, and you can hit the active Pokemon too. It doesn't have to be a bench guy. Just has to have a damage counter on it. And of course, you have to keep in mind Tera Pokemon are protected, and then Shaman protects non-EXs. Tera Pokemon are only protected when they're on the bench though. But once we hit a damage counter on them, we can use the ignition energy and then say knock out a Latias EX in the active spot, since we would be hitting it for weakness with Blindside, and then we would take 3 prize cards. And then say we get down to, our opponent I should say gets down to 1 prize card remaining. We took 3 prizes already knocking out a Latias EX. We just slap on the Crisis Punch, and we knock out the Raging Bolt in the active spot, or the Teal Mask Ogerpon, or whatever 2 prizer is in the active spot, and we take another 3 prizes. Pretty cool being able to do something like that against the non-big basic EX decks. You'd maybe want to use Blindside like 3 times, which is why we have 3 of these in here. You can knock out Munkidori 3 times, and that's it. You win the game. One other card that I was thinking would be kind of cool to use with the Hydreigon is Relicanth. Then you can use the pre-evolution, their attacks, but the pre-evolution attacks aren't very good. And if we're trying to use the technical machines still, and we're going to be using the ignition energies to use the technical machines, we definitely don't want to use an ignition energy with a Relicanth to copy one of the pre-evolutions attacks, because they're way worse. I think there's a Zweilous that does 40 times the number of heads and you flip 2. Like, you can knock out a Budew if you get 1 heads. There's a Deino. I think all the Dinos do 20 max. I think for a 3 cost, there's a Deino that does 50, but there's a dark energy in there. Like, the ignition energies won't give you a powerful attack with the pre-evolutions, so because we're using that, it just doesn't work great with Relicanth. But that is something that could be cool to do. But yeah, that's the main idea. We're just going to be trying to do the technical machines using the ignition energies. We'll go over the ways that we'll get damage counters on it. I'll throw up the full list on the screen so you can see it real quick. And then before we get any further, I also want to mention, I just want to be completely honest. I recorded this video already, and it was with Grand Tree as the ace spec instead. And honestly, I like Grand Tree, I think, more than Precious Trolley, but I think Precious Trolley is probably just a better setup card than the Grand Tree. And also, we don't really want our opponent to benefit from the Grand Tree. Really makes those matchups a lot harder when we're giving them evolutions. We don't take extra prizes for knocking out Pokemon when they've evolved. We need to knock out the little guys. So we want our opponent to not be able to just have instant access to Dragapult, for example. But I still wanted to show off the deck. Like I said, I recorded it already with Grand Tree. I went 0-4. I was item locked and tool locked when I played against Jellicent EX. I was item locked for like 10 turns versus a Dragapult deck. I played, I can't remember it. I think it may have been a Grimmsnarl. Maybe it was a Golden Go for the other ones, but they didn't go great. This deck is super combo heavy. Like, I don't know, you need a lot of pieces for it to work. And as you can see, there's no Tera Hydreigon, and that's because I don't want to use it. I want to use a new one. So the Tera one is probably the better way to go if you're trying to use this Hydreigon at all. Then you primarily would use the Tera Hydreigon, not this one, which is why I'm not including it, because otherwise I'm just not going to use this one, to be honest. So, but I'm still pretty excited about it. I've had fun testing it overall. Hopefully we can get it to work at least once in the video, but we're going to get what we get and you'll see how it works. But I'm gonna go over it real quick and then we'll hop into the game. So we'll just kind of keep talking about the cards as we get into it. For our Pokemon, going from left to right, we got Maractus, 1, 2 Munkidoris, 1 Hawlucha, 3/2/3 for the Deino Hydreigon, 1 Fezandipiti, 2 Pidgey, 2 Pidgeotto, and 2 Pidgeot. We're trying to go TM Evo Trolley. Like, I switched the A-Spec to Trolley because I thought it was a better setup card. We can go Arvin for TM Evo and for Precious Trolley. We just need to have an energy in our hand and then we can evolve into our stage 1s, which is why we have multiple stage 1s for both Hydreigon and Pidgeot. For Pokemon that get damage on the board, we have Hawlucha, which is a kind of a one and done, but you can reuse it with Turo. It lets you put a damage counter on 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon, which is all you need. It's actually perfect for being able to knock out Munkidoris, this card is. I initially had more than one of it, but I don't think you need to have more than one, especially because you can start it and it doesn't do anything when you start it. So I think 1 is good. Munkidoris are great because we can move damage counters from our guys to our opponent's guys to get damage on them as well. And then Maractus. Maractus is like super versatile and it can give us a way to get damage counter on them, prevent them from doing something for a turn. You know, say we bring up a Munkidori, for example, and then we can just Air Balloon our Maractus, switch into Hydreigon and knock out that Munkidori. So it allows us to have ways to get damage on the board, or even a win condition in some cases that we don't have otherwise, because we have very limited ways to do damage and our damage is also limited. So Maractus is nice. And then for the trainers, like I said, we have Precious Trolley for the A-Spec, Buddy Poffin in case Trolley's prized. We got a million one-ofs. We have 1 Counter Catcher, 1 Vessel, 1 Night Stretcher, 1 Rare Candy, 1 Team Rocket's Venture Bomb. This card, you could have more than one of it if you wanted. You could try to totally do Venture Bombs instead of Hawlucha. But you flip a coin if heads put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. If tails put 2 damage counters on your active Pokemon. Nice thing is with Munkidori, it doesn't really matter whether we flip heads or tails because we can move the damage counters to our opponent's guys. The problem is we need to get the energy. So that's really the main thing I've noticed is with the bombs, because we need to get the attachment on Hydreigon, we already have to have an energy on Munkidori. And also we need to have Hydreigon in the active or a pivot in the active. Otherwise we also can't attack. So Venture Bomb is nice, just having another way like Hawlucha. I think 1 is okay, just like Hawlucha, 1 is okay. Munkidoris, if we're able to just get damage on the board, can handle the getting damage on other Pokemon. You know, we'll see what happens though. And then all the other one-ofs I think are pretty self-explanatory. We're trying to do Team Evo, so we don't have that many rare candies. We shouldn't need to recover a whole lot of stuff. We also can't recover the things we really need, like our ignition energies anyways. So 1 Night Stretcher, 1 Earthen Vessel to get our energies for our TM Evo play, Counter Catcher when we're behind. Then we have 3 Ultra Balls. I don't think you need 4. They're also just annoying to discard a bunch of cards, especially when we have no draw engine. Pidgeot just gets us 1 thing, so like having to discard multiple things for Ultra Ball is kind of a big cost. I think that's all of the items. Then we have 3 stadiums, technical, what is it called? Jamming Tower turns off your deck. Also Jellicent. But Jamming Tower will prevent us from using our TM attacking card. So Town Store counters it and it gives us the technical machine. Also gives us our TM Evo or our balloon. And then Artisan is just a nice other Pokemon searching card that we can use to get like Munkidoris out. I don't know what happened there. And it was just another counter stadium. Then for our supporters, we got 4 Arvin, the trolley play with the technical machine, or just other tools that we need. 2 Colress. When I had Grand Tree, I had 3 of this, and I had 3 Arvin. But we don't have Grand Tree anymore. Still great, because it gets you a stadium and a special energy, or an energy. So gets us our ignition and our town store, which gets us our blind side. But I don't think you need 3 anymore. And we have 3 Ionos to be able to have some hand disruption. 4 of this could be nice, but there's not like a lot of space, and 3 is okay. And then we have the 2 boss, which is our most important gusting card against Jellicent because you can't play counter catcher. And you also want to be able to get rid of the Jellicent as soon as possible. So being able to like boss it, then counter catcher it back up and try and KO it after you've gotten your tool attached. Also, bundle could be something that'd be nice versus Jellicent potentially, but I don't know. I haven't played against that much. But it's just another gusting card. And then we have 1 Turo, just be able to pick up our guy, give us a pivot, whatever we need. Turo's there. Then we have a bunch of tools, 3 blind sides, 2 TM Evo, 1 crisis punch, 1 air balloon. You could go to 2 blindside, but this is definitely our best attacking card. Losing it or prizing it, not getting 2 prizes, sometimes you have to knock out an evolution with it, and then you're not going to win the game as fast because you just knocked out an evolution. So you're not going to win in 3 attacks. So you need to have access to blindside basically. We can attack a total of 3 or 4 times with the ignition energy. You could manually attach a bunch of times, but it's probably not going to happen. So we could use 3 blindside and a crisis punch with the ignition energies. And then for the energies, we have the 4 ignition and the 5 dark. Maybe it's too heavy on the darks, but being able to TM Evo, also getting the energies attached to Munkidori. You don't want to TM Evo with an ignition energy, that's for sure. And you want to get the darks on Munkidori. Also, some cool ignition energy works on is all of your evolutions. So you could use crisis punch or blindside with ignition energy with any of your evolutions, including like Zweilous and Pidgeotto, of course Pidgeot. But that's the deck. Let's hop into the games. Hopefully we can get it to work once or twice. Hydreigon's a sick card. It's held back definitely by its massive attack cost and the limitation of not being able to knock out evolutions and take extra prizes. But I mean, I'm sick of Iron Hands, to be honest, so I'm kind of glad this is much more balanced than Iron Hands is. So let's hop into the games. Hopefully we get a good one. All right, rawr. Getting into our first one here. Let's see what happens. Pidgeot is definitely the perfect card with Hydreigon, at least in the games I've played. It's like when you get the Pidgeot going and the Hydreigon up, like you're able to get the attacks off. Sometimes it's just still not enough because we're only able to do so much. We can take an extra prize card in a very, very specific way. And most of the time it's not even knocking out our opponent's threatening Pokemon. It's knocking out like the random stuff that they have. Well, if we had an energy here, we could do TM Evo Trolley. So hopefully we find one. Looks like we're up against Armarouge Ho-Oh, which is pretty cool. I saw this actually when I recorded the video the first time. And yeah, this, I don't know, it looks cool, kind of cool, but like, I feel like this, or I think it would look cooler maybe if this was more defined. But maybe it'd look better in real life. Well, no energy, so I mean, at least we can trolley. Get our guys down. If I had Budu in here still, I did have one at one point, but with adding the 2 TM Evos, it's like, we're not gonna Budu. Well, we prize the trolley, so no trolley, it's fine. Super fine. Look at that. We have the other ones in our hand if we need them, so we'll get a... well, let's see what we have. We have our bomb. I think we have like a bunch of our one-ofs here, so that's good. We can Arfin for Vessel next turn, I guess. We have Prize Day Deino. And we have Maractus, Fez. Okay. We have all the ignitions. All right, well, hopefully they have a slow start. I mean, they didn't have any basics, so get down one of each. Because this guy is, I don't know. We'll see what happens to it. And, yeah, you don't want to play this guy down until you need it. Especially against their deck, they're going to heal. So, yep. That's it. This Zweilous I really like because of its Find a Friend attack. You can use it to get 2 Pokemon and then potentially get, you know... Oh yeah, that's a card. Shaman would be cool. Shaman would be cool in here too. But you can use it to get, you know, Pidgeot Hydreigon or something. Alright, we got Team Evo again. Haha! We can actually get out... Oh, they have Charcadet. They're slashing us. We can get out Hydreigon. If we drew Pidgeotto, we could get Pidgeotto out. Colress can get us Stadium Energy. I mean, I think we play it. Ooh, we do want that. I want to get Munkidori down. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get an energy on it. Yeah, we need to get like set up, though. I think Artisan will help us more than Town Store right now. And I was thinking a Dark for the Munkidori, but I don't know if we'll be able to do that. So I think I do grab the Ignition Energy. We'll do Dark because maybe we'll use Wellis's attack. I think we have to hope that they can't get off this thing. That's for sure. We'll get down... I mean, I can get down an extra Pidgey in case they do get off the Wellspring. But they're either gonna knock out my Zweilous then. So I don't think there's no situation where I'm like saved. Oh wait, they're not gonna be able to knock out this guy because it'll be a Hydreigon. Well, that's all right. Let's evolve them up. Nice job, guys. Now we have a pivot with the Pidgeotto. We're just missing Pidgeot. We can get Artisan next turn and we could counter catcher. Unfortunately, Maractus isn't going to do a whole lot, but maybe they'll be stuck or something. Like maybe they, I don't know, they haven't played a, well, they have a Rainbow Energy, never mind. All right, well, yeah, maybe I should have gotten a Pidgey. I forgot that our Hydreigon wouldn't die. Do they have the Armarouge? Dang it. Do they have Latias though? Because unless they have Latias, we're still okay. Unless they have 2 Fire Energies in their hands. Then they could retreat and still have enough energies for Wellspring. Okay, cool. Cool. Priority this next turn is definitely just get the Pidgeot. Okay. We should be fine. And they put all the energies on this guy. I mean, that's fine. But I wish there was something I could do to take advantage of that. I don't know. Can't knock them out. We also want them to be on odd prizes. Well, yeah, I definitely should have put down a second Pidgey, but we're here. At this point, what do we put down? Second Munkidori? Just to get it out? Or do I get down the second Pidgey just in case we whiff? Maractus isn't going to do anything. Although I could sacrifice Maractus. Because I don't think we're going to get the attack here. So I think let's do that. I think let's plan to sacrifice Maractus. And we'll discard this Pidgeotto. We'll get just 1 Dark. So now we'll have a good amount of damage on this thing. And then we'll Iono. Seems okay. Thank God we got Pidgeots. Nice. We didn't have to waste a bench spot. I want to bench Fez, but they can... No, they can't knock it out yet. Okay. Alright, yeah, we'll bench Fez. Get some draw. And I want to hit this with the bomb. I could wait to play the bomb. And do we want another Deino down? We probably do. All right, we prized the other one. So it's Stretcher or no second Deino. I mean, our Hydreigion's not being threatened. I think I get a counter catcher maybe. Or I get the, no, I get the ignition energy. We don't have that yet. Arvin can get us counter catcher if we want, and the tool. We also have Town Store to get the tool. We didn't have a way to get the ignition, so I think that makes sense. And yeah, we don't have an attachment for the Munkidori, so we can't use it, which is why I don't want to play the bomb yet. Also, they may have like Penny. I think I played against one of these with a Penny. Now, do we want to use a Night Stretcher, our single Night Stretcher, to get back a Deino? I don't think there's any way for them to kill Hydreigon. So, I'm not going to do that. And then we're fine. And how much damage will be on this thing? It'll have 80. So it'll have 50 left. Well, if we hit it for 100. Reusing Night Stretcher to get back Maractus could be a play. And then we'll go back on even prizes. Or not. Then they'll go back on odd prizes. It doesn't seem like a bad idea. And then we'll be able to knock this guy out for 3 prizes, and we'll just have to knock out Mew for game. I think that's okay. I think we'll be able to do it. All right, we're super dead. Discard a card. The only thing is we'll have to be careful about this, because this could potentially let them remove something. So do I just play my Town Store now, so I don't let them have more bench space and whatnot? Then we use Night Stretcher to get back Maractus. I think we do that. Also, hitting him with an Iono could be good. Yeah, I think that's the play. We use a Night Stretcher now. And if I do Iono, what we'll need next turn is Ignition Energy, whatever. And I don't think they can knock out our guy, although they could with Durant maybe, right? We have Colress, which could get us Blindside, or it could get us, oh, this is our last stadium. But we're gonna get the Blindside after we Iono. So we're just gonna need to get the Ignition Energy. I think this is fine. And then we can Fez after we Iono. Do I play this now? I think so. Let's just see where it goes. We want it on Mew. Let's go! We can put it on Mew. Nice. Obviously, if they can attack with Ho-Oh, that won't be good for us. But then we'll have an opportunity to move damage counters with Munkidori because they won't one-shot us, so. All right, we just drew into the Blindside and the energy. We'll Town Store, then I'll Fez. Just get something we don't need. Or maybe something we do need. Let's get the Air Balloon. Because then we can pivot with Maractus if they don't kill it. Okay. And retreat Maractus. I don't think we need anything else down. Air balloon could be placed on this, but I don't know for sure if we would want it there. So now if they kill Maractus, we can blindside them for 3 prizes. And I don't think they have a way to kill Hydreigon. Oh wait, if they get a Legacy Energy, that will change things. Oh, they have Luminous still. I don't think they're killing anything with this. Okay, they're killing Munkidori, but we have another one. And now we still have our Maractus, so... Oh, but we don't have enough damage on them now. Okay. If I take 3 prizes on Mew, which we can do that this turn, maybe we'll have a way to get damage counters enough on Reshiram later. If we didn't put the damage counters on Mew and we put it on this instead, we still wouldn't have had enough. And if we take 3 prizes, they're going to be doing 280. Which is okay, I think. I think we just go for the knockout on Mew. I mean, I could take a turn. Whoops, that like glitched for a second. If I don't attack now, I need to be able to get damage on. Also, I want to get a Deino out of the prizes. So I think I take the prizes. Hopefully I get the Deino out. Next turn we don't attack. We attach the Dark and we move damage to Mew. Or we just keep the damage on our guy. I don't know. Do this. Do this. I could counter catcher Iono. But I think using our boss here would be better. They don't have a big hand. Then we'll still have access to counter catcher later. And yeah, I don't know what we need anyways. I could put the air balloon on something. Hawlucha plus balloon would have actually put Reshiram in range, but all right. I think we grab. Oh, we could also Turo our guy potentially. I think we maybe grab counter catcher though. We could use counter catcher Maractus. No, we don't want to give them. We want them. Well, also if they go down to 1 prize remaining, then we can win with Crisis Punch. So we have multiple ways to win. I think I grab this. Okay. We're gonna retreat. Do that. And with the boss. And take our 3 prizes. I'm just gonna add 1 more blindside to my hand because now we'll keep them both on the deck just in case. All right, blindside for 3. And we can Crisis Punch for game, or we can blindside this if we get some more damage counters on it. And we can force the blindside play, potentially. Also, we didn't get our Deino. We did not get our Deino. But we can, no, we have to Crisis freaking whatever it's called with the Hydreigon. I think what we're gonna do is maybe Turo. We can Turo this, counter catcher, backup Reshiram, and then go Maractus, and then we can rare candy Hydreigon, blindside for game. They look like they're gonna saw block us potentially. No! Oh, thank God we have a town store. They have not played a penny, which could still be in there. Let's see, what is their play? Are they gonna go after Maractus? Let's see. Okay. I don't think we want a Turo. Okay, they knock out Munkidori. Okay, we could Turo. Yeah, we can Turo and set up the Deino. We have rare candy in the deck, I'm pretty sure, and we'll counter catcher this guy. I could even, no, I don't have another Munkidori. I was gonna say I could move the damage counters before we Turo, but I can't. So Crisis Punch only works when we're at one prize remaining. We have rare candy. I have Halucha, but that doesn't put this in range. I could Crisis Punch twice, but we're in range of this guy now, so we don't want to. We need to protect our Hydreigon. We have no more dinos, so I Turo this. Counter catcher that. Bench this. I don't know if I play Town Store yet, just in case they play another jamming tower. Well, Fez, I don't know. And just in case, say we end up needing to use Pidgey, want to attack with it, I don't know. And then we will corner. They Iono us, that could be a problem too, but they've lost 2 already. Hopefully they just kill us, and then we can blindside or Crisis Punch for game. Frick, man. All right, well, we lose because of that. Should have just, I don't know, man. What could I have done? Iono'd? Or maybe I should have brought up, I should have brought up Ho-Oh. I should have brought up any other guy because this guy can win with a boss. I think we could have won if I just did that. We were very close. I should have just I needed to boss up one of their guys that couldn't one-shot Fez. That was the misplay. Ah, that was a good game. It was so close. I think even if I did though boss up Tropicos or Ho-Oh, because they had boss, they would have then killed my Deino. They just bossed Fez because they won. But if they weren't winning, they would have killed Deino. I'm pretty sure. And I don't know what I would have done then. We still could have Crisis Punched with Pidgeot for 2 prizes, but if we took 2 more prizes, then Reshiram kills everything. I could Crisis Punch that. I don't know. I'm gonna say that was a good game though. I think it was pretty close. I think we start Monkey. Definitely, it wasn't the optimal play to do what I did though, I don't think. All right, well, I mean, we get Dark on this. Deino down. If we get our Air Balloon, we don't have to lose our Dark. If we get TM Evo, we can do that already. Is this Gardevoir or is this a Tera deck? Just kidding, it's Iron Hands and friends. Joltik Box? It's gotta be Joltik Box, right? Okay, well, we have the route to win by going KO Latias, KO Mew. Something like that. KO Latias, Crisis Punch. We need them to take an odd prize, though. Maractus is a thing we can do if they waste their prime catcher. Trapping this guy could be okay too. Come on, give us an Arvin. That's why we got 2 Pidgeottos, so we could hopefully still TM Evo the other one. But they'll be able to take 3 prizes on our Pidgeot. See, they split the energy, or what do they do? Ola and Iron Hands, okay. Scary, but I mean, it's better than a split, I think, maybe. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know. I can retreat and take a hit. I could actually take 2 hits. Not give up any prizes yet. I think rare candying is correct. Retreating, not sure. If they have the Galvantula, they actually may be able to one-shot us because we're weak to grass. Maybe they just Joltik charge again. No, they're just gonna hit, okay. Give us a dark, then we can just start moving damage counters back to them. Okay. Trolley not prized. We can't TM Evo though, because we have no energies. And there's no Pokemon that's gonna help us here. We do have Turo. All right, we're gonna get down. Pidgey, do we go double Pidgey? Definitely one of those. One of those. I think we want that already. And then do we want a second Pidgey in case they gust? I don't think we need a second Munkidori. Honestly, I could see just getting a Maractus down, because then once we're able to... Well, they will be able to amp it, though. I'm grabbing 2. Alright. Back over to you, sir. Because they just need a boss, and then Pidgey's dead. Or a prime catcher. Okay, they get the capsule. We're still not dead because of the 330 HP. Let me see, does the Tera Hydreigon have 330 or is it 320? Oh, it is 330. Okay. So they're as big as each other. Oh wait, we are dead. What am I saying? Alright. Well, maybe another Deino would have been better, but I mean, we're here now. Hey, there it is. Well, see what we get. We already used our rare candy, our one of rare candy. They can now amp my Pidgeot once I put that down. So that's not cool. So I don't think we want to TM Evo a Pidgeot. We'll TM Evo a Deino. We can retreat into Fez. And then TM Evo with it, but they have Pikachu that can KO our Fez now. So do we just, I think we just sacrifice Pidgeotto. Or Pidgey, not Pidgeotto. And I can't boss stall anything because they have Latias down, so. Yeah, I think this is best. We have Pidgeot in hand. Probably just going to be a snack wrap, though. They're going to take another 2 prizes. And then they just got Pikachu to knock out Fez. Stage 2 decks aren't my favorites. I mean, I do like them a lot. I think actually they may be my favorite, but I haven't. I've chosen to play other decks in the meantime, or pretty much since like Iron Hands and everything. Okay. I don't know why they did that. Oh. I could get a Turo. Retreat back into Fez. What I want to do is put a Hydreigon in the active and take a hit. But I don't think... Oh, wait. We could do that with Colress. We can Air Balloon. We're missing Hydreigon. I could sacrifice Pidgey. Like I was trying to do. I don't know, man. Now we have damage to work with. Let's try this. And we're going to do 20 damage with Pidgey. I could have TM Evo'd actually too, but I don't think we need to really. I don't know. I think we put... I think putting it on Pikachu is more important. So... But I do want to put it on Latias. I mean, what 2 guys could we knock out for game? If they don't chase down our Fez here, we could also knock out their Joltik. So we can knock out Joltik, Latias, and 1/2 Prizer. Should I just take the prize? I don't think so. I think we leave that stupid thing on the bench. I'm gonna put on Latias because like that's the guy for sure we want to kill. And we're Gustum. I don't think there's... I'm still not sure if there's any like way to... for this to work out for us here, but I'm gonna try for a little bit more. Okay, there's the prime catcher. All right. Well, I can Crisis Punch this. And then we can knock out Latias for game. So, if they don't have Gust, we do have game. The only thing I'm missing is Hydreigon. And if I wasn't missing Hydreigon, I would be able to... Iono them right now. Or I could Iono anyways. Is Crisis Punch in the deck? Okay, Crisis Punch is here. How many Hydreigons do we have? We have 2. and 3 Ultra Balls. I think I need to do this. I think they have Gust in their hand. Otherwise, they played 1 boss, 2 Pokegear. They have a 7-card hand. They probably have access to Fez. Yeah. Come on. Come on. Let's go. I think we win. What? Why can we win? The game is silly, but I think we can win. We have a counter catcher, blindside in hand. Greedy eater. All right, I just went from a little down and now I'm way too excited. Also, Gravity Mountain. If they have any way to win right now, I'm going to be really pissed. Please, no, man. Please, let us win. We literally have everything in hand. Fuck! Sorry about that, guys. I'm not sure what happened there. But super close one. Both games super close. Feeling not too bad. Not too bad. This time for sure though. Up against Poke Bunny. Open the raw trolley. Not too bad. We do need a TM Evo, but sure we'll top deck that. Or an Arvin, so. And we can Arvin for rare candy. TM Evo. Or... ooh, we're up against the Zardinator. And we'll trolley for Pidgey, Deino, Monkey, Fez. Yeah. Hopefully they put basics down, because if this Charizard evolves, we're gonna be in trouble. Okay, cool. They're playing other basics. What? Okay. They have rare candy in their hand. Oh, it's just that easy. All right. We'll trolley. And no way they also have boss. Dino's dying. I prized Deino, as usual. We have 1 Zweilous, we have 2 Pidgey, 1 Pidgeot, 1 Pidgeot's in hand. Oh no, we have a Zweilous there. Do we want anything else? I think I just get done practice. Then we can get the damage counters on the Charizard. I'm not sure. And then we'll get Team Evo. And a bomb. Or maybe a counter catcher. So if they do bench something else, we can Maractus trap it. It is our one of counter catcher, but we don't really need anything else. I don't think we'll need Ultra Ball. We also have one in our hand, so. All right, here we go. On the up and up, baby. Ooh, a Night Stretcher could have been an option. But we can get that also with Pidgeot. There it is. Anything else? Rare research? Awesome. All right, we just got to kill one Charizard. How hard could that be? They don't have to. We don't have to ramp their damage up for a while. That's good. Boss, evolve into that. We're not Ionoing, that's for sure. So I think I have Fez. And let's look and see if Night Stretcher's in here. It is. So I could get an Arvin and get like a TM Evo and well, no. Yeah, TM Evo Night Stretcher. Because we're not playing a supporter. And then I can discard TM Evo with Ultra Ball. And then we're gonna go up and up with Maractus. And we'll get the second Deino down. Maybe we don't need a second Deino though. I don't know if we'll need it because I don't know if we're gonna need it. So I think we wait. Maybe I get the bomb instead. No, I'm gonna get the Night Stretcher instead. Then we're gonna discard that and discard Iono at this point. Or we just discard Ultra Ball. Yeah, discard Ultra Ball. Yeah, saving the Night Stretcher to reuse Maractus may be better. And we'll hold. I think I Fezzed. Alright, so I'll have 230 HP left. Unfortunately, we're not... Because they have so much HP, we need to get so much damage on them to get them in range of Blindside. Okay, they have this guy. That's pretty cool. We're not going to get extra prizes for knocking this out, but we'll get an extra prize because it's an EX. We could Maractus this up right now and then go for the play next turn. And hopefully maybe be able to even get an energy on Munkidori in that time. I think we do go for another Maractus. And we'll boss that guy instead. Just need some dark energies. Bomb. I think I'm good to throw the bomb now, and we'll see where it lands. If we end up getting the damage counter on Charizard... I can't do the math right now. Let's get a dark. Could get the Vessel, because then we have the darks for next turn as well. And we'll use boss because we don't need to use our supporter now. We'll play this and discard Iono, I think. We haven't used a single Iono yet. I want Counter Catcher. I may want Crisis Punch. Maybe we don't need Zweilous. I can't remember if Rare Candy's in the deck or not, though. I get rid of the town store. I think it's Iono. Sorry about that. All right. Is rare candy in here? It is in here. Okay, so I could have gotten rid of Zweilous. If we have to discard something else, we're getting rid of Zweilous. Okay. Now let's do the math for a second. So if Charizard kills us, they'll have 160 damage on them. If we were to get another hit off on them, they'll have another 100. If we were also to have the bomb on them, it's not going to make a difference. They'd still be 10 short. So this guy shouldn't be able to move or attack. And it's now in range of our thing. But we're not going to do it this next turn. We're going to get a Dark Energy on Munkidori instead. No! Dang it. Okay, those little guys down there are going to be great things to be able to snipe. But we didn't have an extra turn to do what we wanted to do, unfortunately, with the energy. They do 2-hit KO us with the 180. I could counter catcher now or gust another way, or I just snipe the Moltres, but I don't want to take prizes that much. All right, start with this. Quick search. Is our last boss on the deck? It is. Oh wait, well we do have Halucha. All right, so I think we could win. I think I'd just get Halucha now, actually. Maybe I should have grabbed the thing, because I'm going to give them a stadium now, but I think that's okay. I think we can go 2-2-2 now. I don't know how many blind sides are in the deck, though. I could counter catcher to try and stall this. I think that's fine. And then we're going to counter catch the one with no energy. And then snipe the one with energy. And yep. And then we can blindside, knock out Moltres. And then we just need Crisis Punch for game on Charizard. If they have another rare candy Charizard, we're gonna... I don't know what we're gonna do. But at this rate, like, we don't need... Oh, they could also just have rescue board. Yeah, because I put the freaking town store. All right, that's fine. Do they have anything? Team Evo. So they just have a handful of tools. Ultra Ball for Fez. Or Mew, I guess. Maybe Mew into Fez. Oh, wow. Alright, we literally will win if they don't top deck next turn. As long as we have our last blind side. As long as we have both blind sides in the deck. There it is. Blind side. Boss. I don't know if we need the boss though. I think I just grab just the special energy because Colress would get us energy stadium. Let's go! Dude, we would have blindsided 3 times per game there. Not too bad. And yeah, the triple blindside was doing it. I know I'm taking a while, but I'm having to think real hard. This is difficult for me. Well, I think we will call it with that one. Only got 3 games, but then we got some good variety and was able to show how the deck can work pretty well. And I did record this once already, which took a while as well. But yeah, if you're interested in trying it out, there'll be a thing to copy and paste as always in the description. I love the way this Hydreigon looks, man. This thing looks sick. It does look a little bit more like Iron Jugulus though than I think it does. I think it's just the, you know, the like little glowy lines. It's actually not like the flowery petals. I just noticed that. But Iron Jugulus is the, you know, Paradox Hydreigon. And you can see it's glowing things on there a little bit more. But on the normal Hydreigon, I don't know if it's just on the TCG you see it more. Yeah, you can't even see them. I don't even know if it has them. Let's see. You can't see anything on the Tera artwork. They just look so weird. Let's see. This one? Nah. Well, overall, pretty happy with it. Very stressful. We lost 2 games to boss. Thankfully, we didn't lose the last game to boss. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Maractus was also, we use Maractus every single game. Maractus is definitely huge. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out. See you in the next one. Peace.